Hey y'all, it's your Sassy Gal, and today we're going to be prepping some fire starters. I'm going to do two kinds of fire starters with some things that we have around the house, which I'm sure you do as well. What I have first is just your regular, toilet paper rolls, but also a paper towel roll that's been cut down. So save your rolls, you guys, okay? We're also going to use egg carton cups. And so I've already cut an egg carton up, and so cut them into these little, just the singular cups. And so you need those as well, so save your egg cartons. And then you're going to need lint. I use this old coffee can, and inside is all the lint that I just keep stuffing in there. And we'll be able to use the lint. We're going to put it inside here. We're also going to put a little bit inside each cup. And then you are going to need some wax. And I have found that old candles, that maybe they burn down and you're just kind of done with them, you can melt those down. You can melt crayons down and use those for wax as well. If you don't have any wax, you can take Vaseline and you can run it all over the end of this, or you can rub it all inside on the lint. Or if you don't have any lint stuff, you can use cotton balls, and inside here you can put 2-3 cotton balls in here, and then put some Vaseline on it, and then just store it up in a plastic bag. The Vaseline, the wax that you're using on here, is going to help this burn longer, and help make the lint burn a lot longer. And of course, this is cardboard, so it'll help start very easy. It's keep them dry. Same thing with this. The lint and the cardboard together will give you something nice to start your fire with. So what I did with the wax is that I found 3 of those, those tall candles that you would find in the Dollar Tree, we call them Jesus candles. They were in my in-laws beach house, laying in there somewhere. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna melt that down and I'm gonna use it for fire starters or something else, or make different candles with it. I pulled the wicks out of them so you can see how long the wicks are, but I pulled the wicks out, which I'm glad they were still intact, and I can use those for something else. And then also I'm going to do a little fancy wrap on on these fire starters, make them look like firecrackers or some, like a wrapped candy. So I'm going to put some of this out so I can lay those down. All right, now we're ready to go. Okay, so we're going to take our lint. I'm going to put my glasses on. Not that I really need to see the fine print on anything, but I'm going to put my glasses on. So I'm going to take lint here, and I'm just going to put it, just put some inside. Some of my lint has dog hair in it, and that's fine as well. Dog hair will also burn. It's all part of the lint. All right, now we're going to move on to putting lint in these cups, and we're going to just put about just a little bit in there. Okay, just in there, bottom of the cup. It doesn't need a lot, just enough to cover the bottom. All right, so you can see I have the toilet paper rolls filled up with the lint, and I also have the egg carton. Now I saved one of these flats, so I'm using this as a base. This is one carton. This is the top of the carton, and I cut off the bottom, and so I've got all of them here, and then we just filled up the cups with just a little bit of lint. All right, and so here is the melted wax. See these tall candles? I just had this simmering on the stove, and every time I keep turning this down, and it's still kind of boiling a little bit, but it took a little bit of time for the wax to melt, and we'll see how much. I probably have way more than I need, so maybe I'll pour these into smaller, maybe some votive holders or something. We'll see what I can do with the rest of this wax, but we're going to pour the wax over these into the little cup areas here, and then I'm actually going to dip these into the wax. So there you go. I dipped one end of it in there. I lost some. It's very messy. All right, now that I've made a complete mess, now it's, whoopsie, oh gosh, that just made a complete mess. Definitely make sure that you have your counter lined with wax paper or some kind of parchment paper, because this will make a mess. And I also suggest that you have something that you can pour your melted wax into that you don't mind sacrificing. Maybe a metal can, you know, an old soup can or something that you might be able to be willing to sacrifice to pour the wax into, and then pour it or dip it or anything that you want to do with that. Let that lint soak up all of the wax, then you'll be able to store it. And if you have the toilet paper roll ones and you want to make them look fun and neat, stick around and I'll show you a little bit of a fun way to wrap those and store them in your house or give them away as gifts. Okay everybody, this is a much easier way to do it. Keep your egg crate intact and then use a can that you're willing to sacrifice, like I was just telling you. Pour your wax in there and then just pour it right over your egg cartons, just like this. Okay. It's way easier. And then you can work on breaking them apart after it has dried. It's super easy. Okay, now that our fire starters have cooled, we're going to wrap up the toilet paper roll fire starters into a cute little firecracker. This is brown paper and twine, so you will need some of that. This is just your regular brown wrapping paper. If you have a paper grocery bag, you can use that as well. You can just put this in the fire just like this. You can light that twine and you can let this go to town. Okay, so we're gonna do that. You're going to need your paper cut up. It's not all even, but we're gonna use that. We're going to then take our toilet paper roll, I'm going to wrap it in there, and then we're going to just twist the ends. Now this paper, since if it's like a paper bag, it will kind of stay on its own, so if you don't have any twine, that's okay. But then we're just gonna take a little bit of twine and then just tie the ends. Wrap them like this. You can give them as a gift to someone for Christmas. You have a nice little DIY gift with your dirty laundry in it. And there you go. It's just all nice and cute. So you're going from this to this. Maybe we should do a comparison. Which one of these will burn longer? This or this? Probably this. Whoa. But we'll do a comparison to see how both of them stack up when the heat is on. Okay, as promised, here is the challenge between the toilet paper roll and the egg carton roll. So I am going to do my best to get these lighted at the same time. There we go. Whoops, sorry. I got two sides going at the same time. So let's see. Okay, it's 35-second mark on my phone is when I started. Okay, it's been about a minute so far, and they really got a good flame going. This will help you get kindling on this fire so that you can get that kindling going and get an even bigger fire going. We're going on 3 minutes now. But yeah, this is doing very well. And see how on the end of the toilet paper roll here, able to see how there's the lint and the wax is keeping it burning longer, keeping it from just, you know, burning up and disintegrating. Now we dye it out. So we're at 5 minutes. Oh, they're still going. Uh-oh, did my toilet paper one burn out? Oh no! Let's see. There's still some in there. You can still see when I blow on it. By seconds, really, I think the toilet paper roll fire starter blew out first. Okay, well, there's that. Our egg carton fire starter won.